What go on, me brothers? All right, there we go. All right, cool. Fuck. Go. That. All right, cool. What go on? We need more Big L. Okay. What tracks? My day's been great. Lucky, how about yours, family? What up, Isaac? Some more Johnny Cash. Some more Johnny Case. Some of that Johnny Case. Let me see here. What Johnny Cash track song? Let me see. Let's take a look here. See what all we've done from Johnny Cash. Sheesh, can't type. Holy. Let's see. We got A Boy Named Sue, Man in Black, God's Gonna Cut You Down, and Hurt. We've already done from Johnny Cash. Walk the Line. If I told you who it was. Okay. Johnny Cash, Walk the Line. Let's see. Ooh. All right. Added. Bang. Bro, what is going on with this? What the hell? Thing does not want to work properly. All right, there we go. YouTube is tweaking right now. Yo, what up? Is it Ian? Is that how you say your name, Ian? What up, family? What up? One day I'm gonna get you to react to K Rhino. Never. Oh man. Let me see here. We about to jump into a vid here soon. Just give me a second. Give me just a second. Digga D drop something? Did I miss something? Oh shit. He did. My bad. I got you. I don't know how the fuck I missed that. Bro, why the fuck is YouTube tweaking right now? Is my stream good? Like, is it like cutting in and out? Or is everything cool? I mean, it says excellent connection, but this thing is tweaking. Motherland in the building. Appreciate you replying, Thomas. Okay. What up, Kev? Kev back in the building. What up, family? Yeah, on my end, it looks like it's tweaking, but I guess not. It must be something to do with YouTube. I don't know. All right, let's jump into this vid. I literally just came back from the gym, so don't mind my sweaty t-shirt. All right, don't be talking that shit. Oh shit! Literally just got back from the gym. Oh man. This shirt is soaked. Soaked. Who the fuck is Big E? What was I about to... Oh, here we go. Here we go. About to jump into this vid. Ah, fuck. What's my prediction on the game tonight? Simple. You know what I'm saying? Twist them fingers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Hold on. Twist them fingers. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. We gotta do it right. Yeah. Buckeye Nation, baby. You know what I'm saying? Dubs. OH-I-O, baby. I-O. Yes, sir. That dude was first. Do I follow the NBA? Kind of. Yeah. Kind of. All right, let's get this popping. Got a vid from Mr. Ballin. Shout out to Mr. Ballin. Shot calling. 20 on him. All right. We cool. We gonna chill.
Today's story is about a real life nightmare.
The fuck just happened? Bro, what is going on with YouTube right now?
That occurred on a thin stretch of black water.
Y'all saw that shit?
Water in northern Australia. This particular story has inspired.
Bro, hold on. Bro, why is YouTube tweaking right now? This is what I was talking about when
And so it snack, offer to get them one, and then proceed to heat up a cup o' noodles in the microwave for about 77 minutes, and then serve it to them in a flimsy paper cup. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads.
I don't know, fam. I don't know why it was turning green like that. Like, what up, Casey?
All right, let's get into today's story.
Get an A for effort. A stands for.
At 11:40 a.m. on December 21st, 2003,
Much love.
3 young men who were longtime childhood friends hopped in a truck and began traveling.
Wait, what did you say?
3 young men who were longtime childhood friends hopped in a truck and began traveling south. They were 22-year-old Brett Mann and 19-year-olds Sean Blowers and Ashley McGuff. They lived in a coastal city.
Yo! Shout out to the fan Mark. Holy. Hey, I appreciate you, Mark. Thank you for dropping your boy off a care package. Thank you. Thank you. How long am I streaming? I don't know. That's a good question. Casey said you trying to slide me 52. Appreciate you, Mark. That's love. That's love. Shout out to Mark. Yes, sir. Dropping off that care package. Hold on. Now this shit tweaking again. Now it's tweaking again. Bro, what the fuck is going... What the hell is going on? What up, Divine? What up, Corinthians? What going? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Bro, this shit is tweaking hardcore today. I don't know what is going on. Shit is stupid.
Hey there, homeowners. Do you pay?
Shit is stupid. What up, Ryan? That 50 broke the internet. Facts. Yo, I don't know like what the hell is going on today. Shit is crazy. Yes sir, Buckeye Nation, Sam. You know, hey, you know. Yeah, YouTube, what's going on? What's going on? All right, hold on. Bring it back up.
South. They were 22-year-old Brett Mann and 19-year-olds Sean Blowers and Ashley McGuff. They lived in a coastal city called Darwin, which is actually the capital of the Northern Territory in Australia. The Northern Territory, also known as the Top End, is located in the central north of the continent. It is 6 times larger than the UK, but has 280 times less people living in it. Specifically, the UK is home to roughly 70 million people, whereas the Top End is home to only 250,000 people, and half of them live in Darwin. There are many reasons why the Top End is so underpopulated, ranging from politics to poor infrastructure, but the most obvious reason that so few people choose to live in this part of Australia is because it is wildly rugged and dangerous. It is scorchingly hot year-round, and the weather in general is just unbelievably unpredictable and violent. And, as the old saying goes, all the animals there are trying to kill you and each other. But Brett, Sean, and Ashley had grown up in Darwin, and so they were accustomed to the hazards of living in the Top End, and so they weren't really concerned about them. What they were concerned with was finding things to do and not getting bored in the city. That particular day, in order to ward off boredom, the trio had decided they would head out to a salt flat that was located about 50 miles to the southwest of Darwin. It was this wide open plain that they could just race around on their quad bikes on. And so they loaded these quad bikes into their trailer, attached it to their truck, they hopped in their truck, and at 11:40 a.m. they started heading south out of Darwin. The first road they were on was this fairly desolate dirt road that wound around through the wilderness, and it passed by the iconic eucalyptus trees that are very well known in Australia. It passed by palm trees and giant termite mounds. And after driving on this dirt road for about 30 minutes, the trio passed by the Tumbling Waters Holiday Park, which is a vacation resort for adventurous families. And then beyond this park, there really was no more civilization. They were headed right into the outback of Australia. And so this was kind of like the last mark of civilization. And so the trio, they drive for another 30 minutes past the park. And at some point, all of the trees on either side of the road start getting more and more dense until they begin kind of encroaching over the road, as if it looks like you're driving directly through the heart of a jungle. And they would have recognized this change in scenery as meaning they were nearing the Finniss River, which was off to their right beyond all of the trees. So they couldn't see it, but they knew they were close. And the Finniss River was not a huge waterway. It was a 30-mile stretch that ran east to west through the Top End. And what it was known for was being very brackish and dark. You could not see into this water more than maybe an inch or two. So it almost appeared black. And so the trio continued driving along through this kind of jungle atmosphere until the left side of the road began to thin out again, and then it eventually revealed the salt flats up to their left. And so at that point, the trio pulled off on the right side of the road where the vegetation was still very thick. And then the trio hopped out of the truck, they went around to their trailer, they dropped the gate, and one by one they pulled their quad bikes off, and then each of them hopped on and drove out onto the flats. That day, the flats were actually very muddy because it had recently rained really heavy.
You said you live in the mid North Coast? Yo, what up, SA? Appreciate you, GNZ. What do you mean what's wrong with my Twitch? What's going on with it? I haven't streamed on Twitch in a long time. Holy shit. By the way, before I forget, if any of y'all nice at Call of Duty Zombies, DM me. I need a good squad to run with on Call of Duty Zombies. All right? I need a nice squad. Don't DM me if you just okay. I need a nice ass squad. All right? I'm recruiting. I need a good squad. I haven't had success with anybody. Oh, you tapped the link and it don't. I'll check it after this. Hey, appreciate you, Casey. Yeah. If y'all nice at Call of Duty Zombies, let me know.
In that area. And so the trio spent just as much time racing each other on the flats as they did trying to drive close to each other and spray mud on each other. And so for hours, they were out there having a great time. And then at 4:30 p.m., they decided it was time to call it a day. And so they drove back over to the truck. They drove their quad bikes up onto the trailer. They locked it. And then they were about to get into the truck to head back home when one of them suggested, hey, let's head down to the water and rinse our clothes off and get all this mud off of us. Now, you need to understand, in the top end, the place you want to spend the least amount of time in is the water. People in the top end assume that in any natural water body that is not clearly designated as a swimming area has at least one animal lurking in it that will kill you. This is a literal precaution people in the top end take. And so this section of the Finnis River that these three friends were thinking about going and jumping into and washing off inside of, this was not a clearly designated swimming area, and so it should be avoided. But you need to remember, these three guys, they grew up in the top end. They were used to living in this kind of wild area, and they'd also come to the salt flats so many times over the years, and they had jumped into the Finnis River before to wash off and go swimming, and nothing had ever happened.
Hell nah. Nope. See, that's that bullshit I be talking about. Nope. You can't see in the water. You know, it's dark as shit. So, I mean, we talking about Australia, you know, where there's lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my, not really, but there's shit that will kill you, obviously. And as humans, like out in the wild, like we're prey. We are prey, especially if you get your punk ass in the water. Like, even Michael Phelps will get eaten alive by a goddamn alligator or a shark, or you know what I mean? Like, you saw the fucking venomous snake in there. You ain't swimming better than one of them damn things. Like, we are at the bottom of the food chain damn near in the wild, unless we have a tool, you know. So, yeah, there's no fucking way I'm hopping in that water. First off, I can't swim any damn way, so I'm damn sure not hopping in that water. I don't give a fuck if I've been living in the area or not. No. See, these boys crazy. They about to die. What up, KC? KC back in the building, baby. What up? Big subwoofer. Now, I definitely want to take a trip to Australia, but I ain't like doing no shit like this. Fuck no. I'm not going anywhere near no body of water. See, no. Me and water, we don't get along. Like, I don't swim. I sink like a fucking anchor. I am not bullshitting. I don't float. I do not float. I'm good, KC. How you doing, family?
And so really, the idea that the Finnis River could be dangerous to them, it didn't really cross their mind. They felt like, you know what, we've been there, done that. Nothing's going to happen to us. And so they left the truck and walked away from the salt flats into this mangrove forest that's only a couple of feet off the road and began walking towards this river. Normally, the trip from the road through the forest to the river bank, basically where the forest ended and you reach the river, it would take about 10 minutes. But after walking in this mangrove for maybe a minute, They were already standing in river water. It was only a couple of inches of this water, but it signaled to the guys that clearly the river is very swollen from all of the recent rains, enough so that it overflowed beyond its natural boundaries and it's flooded the mangrove forest. But the three guys, they look at each other and think, meh, what's the big deal? I'm sure we'll be fine. And so the guys continued moving on, but as the mangroves began to thin out, they began to slow down dramatically because the riverbanks on the edges of the Finniss River were very, very steep. If you were standing on dry land, if there was no flooding, and you were right on the edge of the Finniss River, if you took even 1 or 2 steps into the river, you would slip down under the water and the water would be over your head. Now, as these guys are walking, because the ground is flooded with this black, brackish water, they couldn't see the ground, and so they couldn't tell where the drop-off into the river was.
Oh, hell no. What? What? That is crazy. Hold on, wait, what? Surprised I'm not clapping them chicks. You didn't get a notification for this live. Man, bro, listen, that's par for the course for this channel. People don't get notifications. Like, literally, maybe 1% of y'all get notifications. 1%. It's a very, very small amount of people that get notifications. Probably not even that. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But that's wild what they're about to do. Australian beaches gone wrong. Hell no, I ain't swimming in there. But yeah, so you guys, this dark ass water, you got basically a cliff that, you know, that drops off into the damn river that you now cannot see. So I hope you can swim very well. Me, like I said, I can't swim. I sink like a fucking anchor. So if I fall into a deep body of water, unless somebody comes to save my punk ass, that's strong, because I ain't light. I'm 230 fucking pounds. So, like, you better be strong if you coming to save me. Which is why I'm not going anywhere near any deep body of water. Like, I know how that's going to end. And I ain't trying to go out that way, god damn it. Fuck no. Would you imagine going out that way, drowning? Like, fuck no. Nah. You're not taking me anywhere near any body of water. Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm if I do, it ain't gonna be any body of water like that where there's fucking lions, tigers, and bears in it. Not literally, but you know, shit that can kill you. It's gonna be like a little pond, you know, a calm little lake, you know, or something. And I'm having on a life jacket, fucking arm floaties. The whole 9. I'm being tied to the damn boat with a rope. So if I do fall in, I can just pull myself back. No, sir. Like, I know I don't float, and I know I can't swim, and I know I am very fucking heavy. Most people aren't going to be able to pick me up. You know what I mean? So, like, hell no. Fuck no. No, it's not happening. Like, I know how that story ends. You know what I mean? Like, why would I put myself in that situation? You know? Bro, I literally don't float. Like, I sink. No bullshit. No bullshit. Matter of fact, if I remember, I'll make a video of me, like, literally laying completely flat, calm as ever. On my back, on my stomach. I don't float. I legitimately sink. I know, it sounds weird. I've had people, hey Rich, well, you need to calm your mind. You need to just relax. Don't flex. Don't tense up. Just, bro, I've heard it all. I've tried it. I don't, for whatever fucking reason, I don't know. I don't float. No bullshit. I know you probably don't believe me, which is why I said I'm gonna try to get it on video. I don't float. So, no, me and water, I need to be standing on solid fucking ground. Solid fucking ground. Hell no. You supposed to YouTube short of you being in a pool? Hey, I might. Because I know most of y'all don't believe me. Just like, no fucking way. Everybody floats. I've heard it all. Everybody floats, Rich. No, we don't. Trust me. I've literally had someone like hold me or like help, you know, to lay me flat in the water, and as soon as they let go, oh man.
And so they began to slow down, and then when all the trees were practically gone, they knew they were close, and then one of them actually slipped and kind of tumbled down the edge for a second, but he turned and he grabbed one of the roots of the mangrove tree and pulled himself back up. And then the other two, after seeing this, they walked over and stood next to him, and the trio just stood there looking out at this pitch black looking river that was very clearly moving faster than normal because of all this excess rain. But they kind of looked at each other and thought, you know what, it's not that big of a deal. You know, we'll hold on to the roots of these mangroves and lower ourselves over the embankment. We'll wash ourselves off, pull ourselves back up. No big deal.
Bro, they're literally walking through water. Rinse yourself off right there on the edge. What are you doing? What are you fucking doing? Bro, these boys got a death wish. These boys got a death wish. Some people just don't give a fuck about their life, and I just don't understand. You just saw your man's almost slip and fall in. You see the river is moving at a rapid pace. You know there are things in there that are going to kill you. Like red flags all over the fucking place. All over the damn place. And yet you just ignore all the shit? Alright, lose your life if you fucking want to. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna sit back. I'm not coming to save you. Like, I'm not attempting to. Don't even ask me. When you start floating away, bye. Like, I'm sorry. That sounds harsh, but like, if you want to lose your life, go ahead and lose your life. I'm not going in there with you. You know what I mean? Because we've seen instances and circumstances, unfortunately, where people have attempted to save other people that were drowning, and they died with them. You know? They lost their life along with the person, and I'll be damned. I refuse to be one of those individuals, because I told you not to go in that damn water, and I'm gonna make sure. Bro, no, we gonna rinse off, way the fuck over here. You know what I mean? We hey, lay down, roll around, do whatever the fuck you got to do. I'll go grab a bucket or something. You could, you know, whatever. But this is what we not gonna do, is hang on the damn side of the thing like fucking Tarzan and dangle ourselves in the damn river. Fuck no. Not happening. You on your own. Like, what? Come on, man. Like, it's stuff like this that I don't understand. Like, what the hell? They literally give no fucks. No fucks. No fucks. That is the definition. You look up the definition of no fucks, you gonna find them. No fucks.
And so they each turned around and grabbed a root of one of the many mangrove trees that marked the edge of this forest, and while holding on, they would lower their lower half down past the embankment until they were submerged.
And what if a damn shark grabs your fucking leg? You think of that, smart guy? You think you're strong enough to hold that, keep a shark from yanking your ass into that water? What if an alligator grabs your punk ass? You think you're going to be strong enough to hold on to that bitch? I mean, even if you are, your lower body is getting torn off and ripped into the current, so like, come on, man. Come on, son. What the hell? Talk about 1,000 ways to die. This is one of them.
Rubbed all the mud off of themselves, being very careful not to let go of the mangrove at any point. And then as they were about to finish up and pull themselves back up and get back to their truck, Brett loses his balance and somehow lets go of the mangrove root and slips down the steep embankment, and suddenly the current takes him away from his friends and out to the middle of this river, and before long he's getting pulled downstream. And so he yells out to Ashley and Sean, who had their backs turned to him. They turn around, they see their friend, and they instinctively leap into the river to try to go get him and help swim him back to the side.
Captain
now, all three of them were
what?
very competent swimmers, and so this was not a high panic situation. This was more like a inconvenience and maybe a little bit funny.
Bro, I don't know about y'all, but I used to be one of those individuals who watched the Animal Planet a lot. I am fascinated by some of these beasts that live amongst us. And let me tell you something. If one of them giant fucking alligators grabs your ass, grabs your little scrawny punk ass, shit, if they grab me, ain't shit I can do. You know what I'm saying? I'm 230 fucking pounds. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a weakling. You know what I'm saying? But that alligator would have its way with my ass. You know? So, like, if it would tear me to shreds, what the fuck you think it's gonna do to you? You know how giant some of these damn things are that live in these places? Fucking 16, 17 feet long. Like, do you know how big that is? Razor sharp teeth. They hunt for a fucking living. That's all these motherfuckers do is eat, shit, and eat again. And you jumping into the river with them? Come on, man. Come on, bruh. I mean, I get that's your homie, but you can't do that. You cannot do what? Come on, man. I mean, I feel sorry for these guys. Rest in peace to these brothers here. Because I'll be surprised if they make it. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, that's a sad situation, but it has to be a learning lesson as well. You can't do shit like this. You cannot do shit like this. You know what I mean? Like, fuck the mud. Take off your clothes and rinse off. You could have rinsed off way back in the middle of the forest with the mangroves. Grab a bucket, dump it over your head, rinse. Simple and plain. Like, you ain't got to do shit like this. Like, come on, man. What up, these nuts?
And so that's why they leapt in, no problem. They figured, worst case scenario is we'll drift somewhere down there and we'll get out and we'll walk our way back to our car. But as soon as Sean and Ashley were free floating in this river, they felt how strong this current was, and it was way stronger than they were anticipating. And so they actually started to get a little bit worried, and they looked up ahead of them, and Brett, who had been in the water for, 10 or 15 seconds before they leapt in, he had already moved way farther downstream than them. And so they decided, you know what, we have to get out, but we need to get to Brett first. We all need to get out at the same place. And so they decide they're going to swim downstream, meet up with Brett, and then get the heck out of that river as fast as they possibly can. And so they yell out to Brett, hey, we're coming to get you. And they start swimming as fast as they possibly can. And with the help of the current, they manage to get all the way up to Brett relatively quickly, maybe a couple of minutes. And when they reach him, Sean and Ashley go in front of Brett. And then the three of them, they stop actively swimming, and they allow the current to just kind of carry them downstream. And as they're drifting, they begin scouting the left side of the river.
That's a fact. I don't think people truly realize how dangerous this world really is, especially when you're out in the wild. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm one of those individuals who would love to see, these massive lions that I've seen on videos in person. Because it's just so fascinating, these majestic beasts. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever seen like a big ass lion on a video, but them damn things are massive. You ever seen the sharks? I believe they're off the coast of South Africa that launched themselves out of the fucking water. How giant those damn things are. You're like, holy fuck. Look at that shit. Like, as much as I want to see that shit in person, like, there has to be like 1,000 precautions in place in order for me to actually go do that shit. You know what I mean? Like, I know how dangerous that is. Gorillas too, like all of this stuff is like really, really dope to see, like in videos and everything. The giant ass alligators that I was talking about, I definitely want to see some of this stuff in person, but there has to be like a huge number of precautions in place and safety, you know what I mean? Like, in order for me to, like, this type of shit, like, nah, fuck all that. No, swollen river, water moving fast, nah, not even on a boat am I going anywhere near that. Like, even if we on a boat, like, nah, we gonna wait until the water calm down, it's a little bit calm, so if anything were to happen, we have a better chance of surviving this shit. But like, nah, no, we'll come back another day, fuck it, fuck all that. Facts. Humans on the grand scale of things are weak. We're weak. You put the biggest of humans and you put them against a tiger, that human is losing every fucking time. Unless that human has a weapon, But if it's human, simply, nothing, no weapons against a tiger, you losing that fight. Human against a gorilla, you're losing. Alligator, you're losing. Lion, you're losing. Shit, against a chimpanzee, You losing. You are fucking losing against a 130-pound chimpanzee that's 5 times stronger than you. Like, people don't realize, bro, talk about natural strong. Bro, I don't think people understand how strong, like, a chimpanzee is. They say a chimpanzee is the strength of 5 grown men. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That motherfucker 5 times stronger than your punk ass. What's the average weight of a chimpanzee? Hold on, I gotta look this up. Average weight of a chimp. Average weight of a chimpanzee is about 130 pounds, give or take. That motherfucker is 5 times stronger than you at 130 pounds. It will beat your ass. And rip off every limb on your punk ass in the process. You know, so like in the grand scheme of things, we are weak as hell. We are weak as shit. You know? So be careful when you're going out here in, you know, these different places and things of that nature. Like, don't put yourself in this type of situation. Please. Please. You know? Yeah, a wolf could fuck you up. Like fam said, a wolf could fuck you up. You got a little bit of a better chance with a wolf than obviously a lion or a tiger or a bear or something like that. But that motherfucker will fuck you up. That's a fact. Fact. Something as small as a mosquito could kill you. Yeah, we're basically defenseless without weapons. Facts. If you want to see a lion, you go to the zoo. That's the closest you can get. It's different though. Like, I want to see like a one of these beasts in their natural habitat. You know what I mean? Like, legitimately a beast, not one of these little lions that they hand feed in the fucking zoo. You know what I mean? Throw in a slab of meat. I want to see. Matter of fact, I think I did a reaction video to a group of lions that I think it was like 3 of them that were like brothers. They were like some fucking beasts. They were out there fucking shit up. I want to see some shit like that are death buttons. Hyenas. Oh yeah, a hyena could crush your bones. If I remember correctly, hyenas actually have the strongest bite force. Believe it or not. Cheetahs, you ain't outrunning a cheetah. That bitch will hawk your ass the fuck down. Leopards, yeah, all that shit.
For a solid clump of mangrove trees they can swim into, because unless there's something to grab onto on the edge of this river, they can't pull themselves out. And so at this point, the trio is definitely uncomfortable being in the water because of how strong that current is, but they're confident they're going to find a viable landing spot and they're going to get out of here and it will be a great story. And so Sean is in the front.
Oh yeah, I know about Komodo dragons. One bite and the I don't know if it's venom or the bacteria in their mouth gets into your bloodstream and it's over. It's over. Like, Komodo dragons don't like kill, you instantly. They bite you and they wait for you to die. They wait for the bacteria to seep through your get into your bloodstream and rot you from the inside out. And then they come find you wherever your body dropped dead at. Yep, it gets infected. Oh, a fucking cougar? Nah, but I like cougars though. Cougars are nice. I Let me chill. Cougars are cool. We like the cougars, you know what I'm saying? We ain't afraid of no cougar, you know what I mean?
Ashley is right behind him, and then Brett is behind Ashley. And they're all about an arm's length away from each other. And they're drifting down this river for a couple of minutes. They're looking on the left side for a viable landing spot. And then all of a sudden...
Hold on, we about to get hit with that. Hold on. We like the cougars, you know what I'm saying? We don't mind the cougars. We walk right up to the cougars. Anything else, though, we stay far away from them. Anything else, we stay far away.
Left side for a viable landing spot, and then all of a sudden Ashley just yells out, "Hey, I see something in the water. We need to get out. Find the nearest tree. Get out, get out, get out." And so Sean, he starts panicking. He doesn't even turn around to see what's going on behind him. Adrenaline kicks in, and he swims as fast as he possibly can to a tree that's popped out of the river. It's literally growing in the middle of the river. And so he swims up to this tree. He manages to climb up to the first fork of the tree, which is maybe 6 or 8 feet above the water. And as soon as he's up there, he turns around and looks down, and he sees Ashley. He reaches down and he hoists Ashley up to the first fork with him. And then the pair turn around again to grab Brett, but Brett's not there. And so they look around, they're thinking, okay, did Brett not make it to the tree? Did the current pull him around? Is he at some other tree? They're yelling out for him, they're looking for him, but there's no Brett. And so they're talking to each other, Ashley and Sean.
You know what happened to Brett? You know what I mean? Unfortunately, he is gone. He is dead as a doorknob. Gone. Yanked underneath the water by whatever the fuck that thing was, and never to return. Because you ain't strong enough to break free from that motherfucker in the water. You're not. I don't give a damn if you Michael Phelps. You're not breaking free. Alligator, shark, you're donezo. Rest in peace to the brother. Obviously, that's no joke. Somebody lost their life, but holy fuck, you can't do this shit.
And they're saying, hey, did he call out? Did you hear something? Did he give some indication about where he was going? And they're saying, no, I don't know where he is. And so they start climbing up the tree a little bit and trying to look down and up the river to see if maybe they can see him. And then all of a sudden, Sean notices something yellow flash beneath them in the water. And so he looks straight down and he sees this yellow thing down there. And so he nudges Ashley and he says, look. And so Ashley looks down, and as they're looking, they're about 10 feet off the water at this point. They see this yellow thing start rising up to the surface. Now, the water is so dark, they really can't tell what anything is unless it is at the surface. And so they're watching this yellow thing, and suddenly it comes out of the water, and they see it's Brett. He's got his yellow jacket on. That's what they saw. And Brett is in the mouth of a 13-foot-long saltwater crocodile. He is face down, and his left side is being held in this animal's mouth, and he's not moving. And so Sean and Ashley are so scared, they're just frozen. They're just staring at this monster that's in the water.
Now, I will say this. There's a chance he could survive. If there's only one gator, he has a shot. Because obviously alligators can't grab you with their hands. They have to do what's called a death roll. And if you're just limp and you're rolling with the gator, I'm not saying it ain't gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt like a bitch. But unless there's something that's holding your body in place that the alligator is twisting against, you're just gonna twist with them. So they're not gonna tear a chunk off of you. The problem is, a lot of the times, alligators will drown you first. They'll yank you underneath the water and hold you there. Or another alligator will come up and they will grab you too, and one of them will do a death roll. That's when you're fucked, because you got one alligator holding you still and another alligator twisting. I mean, come on. I mean, we all know what happens in that situation. But if there's nothing else holding you and the alligator is just twisting you while you're in its mouth, you got a shot. Not a good shot, but you got one. So that's the good news in this situation. That's the good news. Yep, absolutely. If you have the unfortunate circumstance of being in a situation where you're up against one of these beasts, look at this shit. Could you imagine, bro? I'm pissing myself. Shitting myself, all that. And I ain't ashamed to admit it. Could you imagine being in the water, your head just above the water, and that motherfucker pops up in front of you? What do? You're in the middle of the water. You can't swim away. You're not fast enough. What do you do in that situation? Other than piss and shit yourself. I tell you what you do. like fam said, like Mandy said, most definitely right. You poke that motherfucker in the eye. You poke it in the eye. Obviously, just like us, you get poked in the eye, it's gonna hurt. Your natural reaction is gonna be to turn away. You know? So if you come across, I'm no expert or nothing like that. So let's get that clear. You ain't gonna catch my punk ass anywhere near some shit like this. But from watching Animal Planet, you poke that motherfucker in his eye. Lion, tiger, bear, whatever. Poke it in the eye. Anything. I think sharks, they say you should try to punch it in its nose, but I mean, you're in the water. So like if you're in the water with a shark trying to punch it, you know, I don't know if y'all have ever tried to move underneath the water, but it ain't easy. So poke that motherfucker in the eye. Bite it back. Bro, nah, we ain't got time for that. Poke that bitch in the eye. Don't try to bite it back. You get thrashed around, you know, you try to bite that motherfucker back. No, poke it in the eye. Stick your thumb or your finger so deep in that motherfucker, you yank the eyeball out. I know that sounds disgusting, but we're talking about life or death. So you best believe if I get grabbed by a beast, that beast is going to be missing an eyeball. So if you ever hear, hey, yo, Rich, he went out into the jungle and he never came back, you look for a beast with the eyeball missing. You'll know which one took me. You'll know exactly which one took me, because the eyeball, one of the eyeballs ain't going to be there. If not both of them. That bitch going to be blind as a motherfucker. You know? You built differently, homie. No, that's just facts. That's just facts. I've watched enough Animal Planet, and like fam said, that's all you got. I'm not strong enough. I don't give a damn how much weight I can lift in the gym. I'm not stronger than one of these beasts. I'm just not. Nobody, you know, nobody is, you know. So your best bet is poke that motherfucker in the eye and hope it lets go, you know. So, yeah.
It's holding their friend underwater and they can't do anything about it. And for 2 minutes, water that's so scared, they're just frozen. They're just staring at this monster that's in the water that's holding their friend underwater.
And also, the problem with this situation, blood is probably leaking out of him right now because of the puncture wounds. It's going to be attracting more alligators and whatever else likes to eat, you know, flesh, any carnivores that are in the water, right to the tree that they're on. Remember, they're in a tree that's in the middle of the river. They still have to jump into the water to get to the shore. You know, once they get off this tree, they can't stay on the tree forever. You know, they're not like leopards where they can just sleep in a tree. I don't know about y'all, but I roll around in my sleep and all types of shit. So like, and as humans, we have to sleep. You know, like you'll die if you don't get sleep. So they have to jump into that same water. And since the alligator is right underneath them, there's gonna be more sharks there. I mean, more alligators there, or sharks, depending on if there's one in the water. So they're royally fucked. Royally fucked.
And they can't do anything about it. And for 2 minutes, they just stand there looking at this animal, wondering what's going to happen. And for those entire 2 minutes, the crocodile stared right back up at Ashley and Sean as if it was showing them what it was going to do to them once they got in the water. That I've done this to your friend, I'm getting you to as well. And so they're staring at this animal.
I'm going to get your punk ass next. I can drop him. I know he's dead. Jump in this water with me. Let's see who's faster. And this is why you don't put yourself in these types of situations, ladies and
When
gentlemen.
suddenly it just kind of goes underneath the water, back down into the black abyss, and it, along with Brett, just disappear.
And that is what you don't want. That is exactly what you do not want in that situation. I want that alligator right there at the surface, so I can see that motherfucker right where he's at. He goes in the water, you don't know where he's at. He could be over on the shore waiting for your punk ass, and you think he's down below somewhere? He right over, right where you about to swim to. Just waiting. Just waiting.
Ashley and Sean are so terrified that they can't even grieve for their friend. They can't feel sad for him. It's like they just go into survival mode. And without saying anything to each other, they just start climbing up this tree as fast and as far as they possibly can. And they only manage to get up maybe a couple more feet to 2 more branches. One's at about 10 or 12 feet off the water, and the other is at about 15 feet off the water. And so Sean makes it onto the lower branch, and then Ashley makes it onto the slightly higher branch. And then once they're situated on their branch and one arm is firmly wrapped around the trunk of the tree, they're able to kind of breathe for a second and take stock of their situation. And even though, of course, the elephant in the room here is that their friend was just eaten by a crocodile, but it's like they can't process that yet. Instead, they start talking about, okay, well, our families, they're going to recognize our absence and they're going to tell the police, and the police are going to launch a search and they're going to come find us.
Bro, they're not coming in there.
Both of them were confident,
Actually,
or they acted confident that that was going to happen, but they also knew that there was no timeline for this. It could be hours or days until this actually happened. And so as these two teens are sitting...
That's another safety precaution that, you know, if you're going to go out into the wilderness, you let multiple people know where the fuck you're going. And you tell them, hey, I'm planning on coming back at this time. If I am not back, you come find me. See, the problem with some of these situations is people don't tell anybody. They just go. So nobody knows that you're actually missing. You know what I mean? So, like, let somebody know if you're, you know what I mean? If you're going out in the wilderness. Like, hey, yo, if I don't come back at this time, something went wrong. You come find me. All right? You send some help. I'm going to be in this general location. That's where I'll be, you know? So tell someone. Absolutely. Absolutely, Cryo. You have to tell someone. You should bring a weapon for these kind of cases. Yeah, you definitely should. But problem is, you know, depending on, you know, how secure your weapon is, it might have fallen off in the water. So it may not even be, you know what I mean? So it's a tough situation. Real tough situation. And even then, like, yeah, it's just...
Sitting on their branches, the reality of their situation really started to come crashing down on them. Because, yeah, they're safe in this tree, but how long can they possibly stay in this tree for? I mean, eventually, they're going to need to fall asleep. And if they fall asleep, are they going to fall out of the tree and land in the water with this crocodile?
Exactly what I said.
They just didn't know how this was going to turn out. And so as the two began comforting each other, you know, reassuring each other that, oh, no, it's going to be just fine. Someone's going to find us tonight or tomorrow. We'll be just fine. As they're doing that, Ashley suddenly stops talking to Sean and just looks straight down. And so Sean realizes what Ashley's doing, and he matches...
Part of the body floated up. Half of the body floated up that the gator tore off.
His gaze, and he looks straight down, and at the base of their tree, in that black water, is the 13-foot-long saltwater crocodile. It's back, and it no longer has Brett in its mouth. They have no idea where Brett is. He's just gone. Saltwater crocodiles are considered the most aggressive and dangerous crocodiles in the world. And they are one of only 2 crocodile species that will actively hunt humans when given a chance. And so these 2 teens are helpless in this tree. All they have is some separation from the black water and this animal down below. And so they just find themselves staring straight down at this crocodile. And in turn, this crocodile just stares right back up at them. It's very clearly waiting for them. It wants them to come out of the tree so it can eat them. And so the crocodile just continuously repositions itself all around the tree. It's just keeping the top of its head out of the water so its eyes can look up at them. And so the teens are just praying that at some point it will grow tired of them and will leave. And after several hours, right as the sun is about to set, this crocodile does seem to give up on them, and it drifts under the water and disappears.
Oh, it hasn't given up. It hasn't given up at all. Bullshit. Bullshit. Hell no. Hell no.
After a couple of minutes, Sean, who was on the slightly lower branch, decides he doesn't want to be any closer to the water than he needs to be, and he's going to climb up to Ashley's branch.
Hey, see? No. I know what's about to happen. I know exactly what's about to happen. He fucking up. You good. You 10 feet off the water, all right? Can an alligator jump out of the water? Absolutely. Sure as hell can. But probably not going to happen in a fast moving, river that an alligator is, wait, what? Sing a lullaby to the crowd. Yep. Vito, you know exactly what's about to happen, fam. That branch is about to break. And I get it. You're in a really bad situation. So most people are going to panic. They aren't going to be thinking clearly. So we can't fault them for what's about to happen. Because I know exactly what's about to happen. Old boy is going to climb onto that other branch that his homie is on, and it's going to break. And they're falling right into that same water. Yeah. Shit's about to get real.
And so he very carefully stands up on his branch. He makes sure he's got solid footing. And then he reaches up and he grabs a branch with his right hand. And he kind of tests it and he feels like it's pretty sturdy. And then he puts all his weight on it and tries to reach for another branch when this one breaks. And as soon as that branch broke, Sean tumbled 10 feet into the water. And so he hits the water. He goes all the way under.
Bro, if you are situated, stay there. Stay there. Why are you moving? I get it. The water's dangerous. But you're 10 feet away from it. 10 fucking feet. The branch you're on is sturdy. You're good. Stay there until you feel confident enough to dive in and make a mad dash for the shoreline. Because you're going to have to beeline it straight there once you hit that water. Because that croc knows, when something hits that water. Like, crocodiles aren't completely stupid. You know what I mean? So, like, you hit that water, that croc is going to know something's in the water with me now. What is it? It landed over there. So, yeah, basically, I mean, don't get me wrong, Casey. They're fucked either way, Like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, Like, you try to jump up and grab a branch, it breaks, you fall in, you're in the water. You can't stay there forever. You jump, you fall, you're jumping in the water. You got to get in that water regardless. You're going to have to get wet. But at least the other way, and you have a plan in your mind to get wet. He just fell in, So, like, he wasn't situated, at least he could have, in the other situation, at least he could have, like, jumped as far as he possibly could towards the shore so he didn't have to swim as far. He just dropped straight the fuck down, So, me, I'm becoming the best long jumper in the world that day. Bro, I'm launching myself as far as I possibly can towards that shore. I'm gonna be the best long jumper in the world that day. God damn it, I'm breaking the Guinness World Record.
Sinks a few feet under, and immediately he's turned around and he's trying to swim as fast as he can to the surface, and he's just expecting at any moment this crocodile is going to bite him. He gets to the surface and he looks around. It's a little bit dark, but he can immediately see his tree, and he realizes the current has pulled him away from his tree.
Oh, hell yeah.
And so in a panic, he starts swimming and kicking his legs as hard as he possibly can.
Just go with the flow. Go with the flow. You already determined that the current is moving at a rapid pace and you're trying to swim against it while there's beast in the water. Just go with it. Find another fucking tree, or, you know what I mean? Like,
can to get back to this tree, and he knows the whole time he's kicking his legs, he's just attracting the attention of this crocodile, but he's got nothing else he can do. He's got no other tree he can reasonably get to that will provide safety from this animal. And so with every ounce of energy he's got, he kicks and swims, and finally he manages to grab a root of this tree that his friend is still inside of, and he begins pulling himself with his lower half still submerged in the water. And so as he's dragging himself towards the trunk of this tree, he's just waiting for this crocodile to bite down on his legs. And finally he gets to the trunk of the tree and he's able to pull his body out of the water, and he clambers up to that original branch he was on. And then he and Ashley work to get him up to Ashley's branch. And as soon as he sits down next to Ashley and he's secure, they both look down, and just a little ways away from the tree, basically in the area where Sean had just landed in the water, they see, with the little light that is left, this crocodile swimming right back over to the tree, and it camps out right underneath. Sean had gotten out just in time. When the sun finally did set about 10 or 15 minutes later, it became pitch black. There's no ambient light in this part of the world. There aren't any buildings or cities close enough to this area. And so it is truly pitch black. And so they could no longer see the crocodile down below. But they knew it was there because periodically they would hear it repositioning itself right underneath them. Also, because it was so dark, the two teens could not actually see each other. And so they began holding on to each other. And then anytime either of them moved, they would announce their movement to the other, just so.
Shout out to It's Your Boy for sending your boy a care package. Appreciate you, family. When are you doing Michael Jordan historic mixtape? The Jordan Vault reaction. Can I even do that? I feel like a lot of basketball reactions get blocked, at least that I've done. But remind me after this video. I'll attempt it for sure.
They knew they had not fallen asleep and were not falling out of the tree to a horrible death. And so a few hours went by like this where it was silence with the exception of the sounds of this crocodile repositioning itself periodically. A little after midnight, a huge storm rolled into this area and it began absolutely downpouring, and the raindrops that were hitting the river were so loud that the teens could no longer hear the sound of this crocodile. And
yeah, they are royally fucked. Royally fucked. So you know what's about to happen now? That river that was once 15 feet away might rise to only 10 feet away. Because now it's pouring down rain. So if that river rises even more, holy shit. Not only is it closer to them while they're in the tree, it's farther that they have to swim to get to solid land where a crocodile or something else can't get to them. They are fucked. That ain't funny, but like, holy, talk about worst situations possible. Golly. Golly. Obviously, one of them survived because obviously we're getting the story. So at least one of them has to survive because we wouldn't know about this story. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know how the hell they're about to make it out of this. I don't know. I really don't.
So they had no idea if it was still down below them or not. But every time lightning would strike, it would illuminate the sky for that flash of a second. And
he said the crocodile told the story. You are foul. You are foul. One of them has to make it. Yeah, the rain is probably going to lift the river up higher, right? I would assume so. The river's already swollen, you know? So if it's pouring down rain and it's coming down super hard, I would assume that the water level is going to rise to a certain extent. So that's just farther for them to swim. I mean, think about it. At the beginning of the story, they said back, you know, way back, they were already walking through water. You know, when they were first trying to walk to the edge of the river, which is why they couldn't see the drop off, because they were already walking through water. So if that's rising, now it's rising to a level that can hide an alligator within it. I mean, alligators are somewhat flat, obviously. I mean, they're not completely flat, but you know, they're flat turd and they blend in. If you've got dark water, you in a world of trouble. You are in a world of trouble. Have you ever seen the videos with individuals or people literally like on the edge, or animals on the edge of a body of water, and then all of a sudden out of fucking nowhere an alligator like launches itself out of the water? Like how well they're camouflaged within, you know, murky dark water. Holy shit. What in the hell? Like, you could literally step on the motherfucker before you even know it's there. So, yeah, that's...
in that flash, they would look down, and there would be the crocodile. After several hours, And in that flash, they would look down and there would be the crocodile. After several hours of this super intense downpour, the two teens also started to become concerned that all this additional rain could raise the water level of the river all the way up high enough that this crocodile might be able to jump out and reach their legs. But because it was so dark, they couldn't actually see the top of the water. And so they had no way of knowing if the water levels were actually rising or not. And so they both kind of sucked their legs up onto this branch and tried to make themselves as small as they could while still remaining anchored to each other and also to the branch. And that's how they sat for the next several hours, just hoping they would survive the night. Finally, when the sun came up that following morning, the teens immediately noticed that the crocodile was still right below them, just lurking at the base of the tree waiting for them. And they also noticed the water level of the river had clearly come up quite a bit. And so if they weren't rescued soon, there was a good chance that another heavy rainstorm, that crocodile would be in range of them and there was nowhere they could go. They were as high up as they could get. Not to mention the fact they were hypothermic, they were weak, they were tired, and if you fall asleep, you're going to fall in the water. And so the two teens, they knew they did not have much time left. Luckily, at 10 a.m. that morning, they heard the sound of a police officer who was out in the mangrove forest. It turned out their families had recognized their absence. They'd called.
They got super lucky. They got real fucking lucky. Real lucky. Because this situation went from bad to worse to very fucking bad very, very quickly. You know, and it possibly could have gotten even worse. Like he said, if it rained again,
the police, and that morning a search had been launched. They had found their truck and then had been walking down the river yelling out to them, and then they finally did find them. Initially, when they located these two teens stuck in the tree, they called in a helicopter to hover over them and lower down a ladder that could climb back up. But when the helicopter got close to this tree, the rotor wash from the spinning blades, it practically blew the boys out of the tree.
You're gonna need a boat. You're going to need a boat because you don't want them to fall back into that water. They fall back into that water, they may not come back, you know, so...
And this crocodile was still in the water. The rescuers could see it, the boys could still see it, and so there was this fear that the helicopter would literally send them into the water to their death. And so they had to abandon the helicopter approach. However, the blades of that helicopter did ultimately scare this crocodile, and the crocodile swam away. And so as soon as the helicopter was off station, they had a boat come in, and the boat got right underneath the two boys. They jumped down into it, and they were brought to safety. The two boys were brought to a hospital where doctors...
It's a real photo of them. Wow. Wow. Sean Blowers on the right and Ashley on the left. Wow.
Determined they were physically okay, but both of them were severely traumatized from what they had just been through. As for Brett, despite an exhaustive search of that river, they never found his body or any of his clothing or any belongings he had on him, and they never found the crocodile that killed him. So that's going to do it, guys. If you found the secret in today's episode...
Holy smokes. You thought it was a girl? He said three guys at the beginning. But yeah, rest in peace to Brett, man. Obviously that's a real serious situation, but we got to learn from that, you know? And you know, y'all heard I gave my 2 cents on the whole situation. First off, don't even put yourself in this type of situation, you know? There were so many red flags from the beginning. You just, you know what I mean? Like, I get it, you know, as you know, young men, we feel macho, you know, we could take on the world. But that's not reality. And trust me, I've been there my damn self, you know, feeling like I'm unstoppable, you know, nothing can fuck with me, you know what I mean? But I come across videos like this and others where you recognize and you realize, like, I'm really a small fry in this world. Especially if I'm out in the wild. I ain't shit. I ain't shit. As fast as I am, there's animals that can run twice as fast as me. with ease that weigh way more than me, as strong and as big as I think I am, there's animals that are 5 times stronger than me that weigh less, you know? So I think it's important that we recognize that. And when we're in a situation where we clearly see that there are red flags, we got to be smart and take precaution, you know, because once you're gone, you're gone. You know, once that alligator yanks you underneath the water and drowns you, ain't no coming back. You're just dead, you know. So rest in peace to the brother Brett, man. You know, if you're out in the wilderness, once that bear grabs you and decides, hey, it's lunchtime, there's no doctor in the world. There's no button, no red button to press to bring you back. Like, it's over with. It's over. Just like that. You know, so it's important that we recognize that, man, you know, and not put ourselves in these horrible situations. And I'm not saying be paranoid or be stuck in a house or live in a bubble or anything like that. But when there's clear red flags, like, come on, man, like, just be smart. Just be smart and use some common sense. Common sense is no longer common, which is the crazy thing about it, because it's called common sense. So I don't know how that even. We need to change the name of common sense to just I don't know, something different. But common sense doesn't make sense because it ain't even common anymore. You know what I mean? Like, use some common sense. All right? Simple and plain. Holy shit. Moral of the story, don't mess with nature. Facts. Do not fuck with nature. Because nature will fuck your ass up. Literally. Will fuck your ass up. I mean, oh, man. Sad story. Sad story. Shout out to Mr. Ballin as well. It's crazy. Crazy. I ain't shit. Doc Rich 2021. Nah, but that's real though, you know? You go into the wilderness, man, you ain't shit. I don't give a fuck how fast, how strong you may think you are. Like, I'm faster than the average human. Way faster than the average human. I'm stronger than the average human. I take myself out in the wilderness. Like I said, I ain't shit. And neither are you. Unless you have a weapon. And even then, there's no guarantee. You shoot a bear in the face, it still might keep charging at your ass. Then what? You're going to be panicking. You know? So, man. Wow. Crazy story right there for you. Crazy story. A lot, like I said, a lot of lessons to be learned in that situation. So yeah, hopefully y'all never put yourselves in that situation. You know for damn sure I'm not going to. All right. Have I ever ran track? Yes, absolutely. My fastest time, I believe, was a 10.6 in the 100. 10.6. And I even lost that race. Yeah. I ran a 10.6. And the thing about it was, that kind of sucked, is I didn't even try. Like, I literally, not like in the race. Like, when it came to competing, like, I was all in. But in terms of, like, practicing and getting better and really, you know, I never really gave a fuck. Yeah, I was one of them stupid motherfuckers. Like, just naturally gifted with athletic ability, so I just leaned on it, you know? Like, shit, I know I'm faster than most of these motherfuckers. I'm just about to go out here and run. I'm gonna fuck around in practice just enough so coach don't get pissed off, you know what I mean? But yeah, the day that I ran a 10.6, I lost that race because somebody ran a 10.4 that I was racing against, which is crazy. A 9.3, bro, that's faster than Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt ran a fucking what did Usain Bolt? Was it 9.4, 9.5? Might have been a 9.6. It was somewhere in there. But yeah, bro, 9.3, bro, that's world record speed. What the hell? You are blazing down that damn track. Holy shit. 958. Yeah, 958 is Usain Bolt speed. So like, hell no, I ain't faster than Usain Bolt. Shit, I tell you what. I bet if a lion or a bear was chasing me, I'd be faster than Usain Bolt. For all my sprinters, bro, I'm tearing the fuck out of my hamstring sprinting as fast as I'm about to run. Oh, man. What up, Ash? The Flash ain't even a 9.3. Sheesh. Sheesh. Terrain gonna slow me down. Hell no. Fuck the terrain, bro. That adrenaline rush. Oh man, knowing I'm death is at the doorstep, bro. I'm tearing my hamstring off the bone as fast as I'm gonna be running. Holy fuck! All my sprinters know about them hamstring pulls. Fuck, fuck a pull. That motherfucker popping off the bone. Whoo, whoo! You gonna see a cloud of dust? Who the fuck is that? You know that Nardo Wick song? What the fuck is that? That's what people gonna say. They see me sprinting away from some bullshit. But yeah, man. Crazy ass story from Mr. Ballin. Hold on, let me make sure I like this video too. Bam. Sheesh. There was a video that I was supposed to let me see. Somebody said, Knucklehead said, if you confront a grizzly, play dead and cover your neck. A black bear, fight back. If you confront a polar bear, pray, because you dead. Polar bears are fucking massive. They are ginormous. Holy. Hold on, let me see. There was somebody that said something, and I didn't even. I don't remember what it was. Oh, the Jordan mixtape. That's what I meant to look at. Jordan mixtape. Let me see. Wait, what was it called? Jordan. Yeah, historic mixtape. Jordan historic mixtape. The Jordan Vault. All right, I'll try to check it out. If it get blocked though, you know, I'm sorry. Let me scroll back through here. Let's see. Let me see. Colossal to Don. Hey, hit my DM, family. Appreciate you though. Dropping off a care package. Oh shit. I forgot about the Dax. God damn. I've been tweaking. I need to go back through my DM because I was talking to several of y'all about the Dax and which tracks I should be checking out. So my bad if you happen to be one of those people I was DMing back about checking out Dax. I've been doing so much, like, sheesh. My fault. But yeah, let me go ahead and hop on those. I got a few other vids to check out today too. Yeah, I checked out one track from Dax, and I just never got to the rest of them. That's on me. My fault. I've been crazy busy and just it slipped my mind. So yeah, my fault, y'all. My fault. But hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day, man. I appreciate y'all stopping through, chilling with your boy. Hopefully y'all learned some good lessons out of the video we checked out today. But yeah, y'all be safe. Y'all stay healthy. Drink your agua, you know, your water. All right, get you some exercise in like your boy did earlier. And I'm going to catch y'all later, all right?